Evander Holyfield, a decorated boxer with Olympic and World Championship titles, amassed an estimated $230 million in career earnings. However, despite this substantial wealth, he experienced severe financial difficulties. By 2008, his 109-room Atlanta mansion, costing over $1 million annually to maintain, was foreclosed upon and sold at auction for $7.5 million, less than half of what he owed on the mortgage. Later, in 2014, Rick Ross purchased the property for $5.4 million. Holyfield also faced legal battles over unpaid child support, owing hundreds of thousands of dollars to his children. Additionally, he was pursued by a landscaping service for an alleged $550,000 debt and owed significant back taxes to the IRS. To settle various debts, he was forced to auction off many prized possessions, including his Olympic bronze medal, championship rings, and fight gear. His peak net worth, exceeding $100 million, dwindled to an estimated $1 million. As the only boxer in history to win the undisputed championship in 2 weight classes during the 3-belt era, was him. He was the undisputed champion in the cruiserweight division in the late 1980s and at heavyweight in the early 1990s. With the combined World Boxing Association, WBA, World Boxing Council, WBC, and International Boxing Federation, IBF, titles from 1990 to 1992, the WBA and IBF titles again from 1993 to 1994, the WBA title a third time from 1996 to 1999, the IBF title a third time from 1997 to 1999, and the WBA title for a fourth time from 2000 to 2001. Holyfield, dubbed the Real Deal, is the only heavyweight champion to have won the title 4 times. Holyfield won the bronze in the light heavyweight division while competing as an amateur for the United States in the 1984 Summer Olympics. In 1985, he advanced to cruiserweight and won his first world title the following year, defeating Dwight Muhammad Qawi for the WBA title. He had gone professional at the age of 21. Holyfield went on to become the undisputed cruiserweight champion by defeating Ricky Parkey and Carlos de Leon to earn the WBC and IBF crowns. In 1988, he advanced to heavyweight, and in 1990, he defeated Buster Douglas to win the undisputed heavyweight title and the combined WBA, WBC, and IBF heavyweight crowns. He defeated previous champions George Foreman and Larry Holmes to successfully defend his championships 3 times before losing to Riddick Bowe for the first time as a professional in 1992. A year later, Holyfield reclaimed the belt by beating Bowe for the WBA and IBF titles. Bowe had previously given up the WBC title. Later, in 1994, Holyfield lost these titles to Michael Moorer in an upset. On medical advice, Holyfield was forced to retire in 1994, but he returned a year later in good condition. The Ring magazine called his 1996 victory over Mike Tyson the fight of the year and upset of the year, and he went on to recover the WBA belt. Holyfield became the first boxer to win a world heavyweight title 3 times since Muhammad Ali. Tyson was disqualified in round 3 of a 1997 rematch with Holyfield after the latter chewed off a portion of Holyfield's ears. He also exacted revenge for losing to Michael Moorer and regained the IBF belt during this stint as champion. Holyfield, who retired in 2014, was considered the 22nd best boxer of the last 80 years in 2002 and is ranked 77th on the Ring's list of the 100 greatest punchers of all time according to BoxRec's ranking of the best pound-for-pound boxers of all time. He is presently ranked number 91. He was named the greatest cruiserweight of all time by Boxing Scene. In addition, he is the first boxer to have won world titles in the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s. He was admitted to the International Sports Hall of Fame in 2015. Early life. Evander Holyfield was born in Atmore, Alabama, a mill town, on October 19, 1962. Being the youngest of 9 children, he was born to a different father and was significantly younger than his siblings. Later, his family relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, where he grew up in the notorious Bowen Homes housing projects. Evander Holyfield grew up in a challenging environment, moving from Atmore, Alabama, to Atlanta's crime-ridden Bowen Homes housing projects. As the youngest of 9, he found boxing at age 7, which became a cornerstone of his life, leading to Olympic success before turning professional. Holyfield identifies as a physical late bloomer, since, at the time of his graduation from Fulton High School in 1980, he weighed just 147 pounds, 67 kilograms, and stood at 5 feet 8 inches, 1.73 meters, tall. He was 6 feet 0 inches, 1.83 meters, tall and weighed 178 pounds, 81 kilograms, at the age of 21. He eventually reached his mature height of 6 feet 2 plus 1/2 in 1.89 m, after growing another 2 plus a half inches, 6.4 centimeters, in his early 20s. Family dynamics and marriages. Holyfield's family life is extensive, with 4 marriages and 11 children from 6 different partners. His first marriage was to Paulette Bowen from 1985 to 1991, during which they had children, including Evander Holyfield Jr., born 1984. Following this, he married Dr. Janice Itson in 1996, divorced in 2000, and they had children like Eden, born 1997, and Evander III, born 1999. His third marriage to Candy Calvana Smith, from 2003 to 2012, produced Kelland, born 2004, and Layla, born 2006. Most recently, he married Siobhan Harris in 2022, a union that has been highlighted in the media for its privacy and subsequent public celebration. His children have followed diverse paths, with Evan Holyfield pursuing boxing, notably debuting professionally in 2019 with a TKO victory, and Elijah Holyfield playing football for the Cincinnati Bengals before transitioning to professional wrestling with WWE in 2024. This involvement reflects Holyfield's influence, as seen in interviews where he expresses a desire for his children to have better educational opportunities, such as setting up a $100,000 education fund for one son in 2017. Hobbies and extracurricular activities. Outside the ring, Holyfield's hobbies include basketball, dancing, and listening to music, activities that offer a glimpse into his relaxation and interests. His participation in Summer of Sam, 1999, and maintaining a YouTube channel, as announced on his official website in 2017, show his engagement with entertainment, providing fans with exclusive content and updates. These pursuits highlight a man who balances his athletic legacy with creative expression. Amateur career beginnings. When he was 7 years old, he started boxing and won the boys' club boxing competition. He was eligible to participate in his first Junior Olympics at the age of 13. Holyfield won this competition and the Best Boxer award at the age of 15, making him the Southeastern Regional Champion. By 1984, his record was at 160 victories, 14 defeats, and 76 knockout victories. Holyfield competed for the United States at the 1983 Pan American Games in Caracas, Venezuela, when he was 20 years old. He lost to Pablo Romero, the Cuban world champion, but he still earned a silver medal. He was the National Golden Gloves champion the next year and took home a bronze medal from the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, California, following a contentious disqualification against Kevin Barry of New Zealand in the second round of the semifinal. Professional career. At Madison Square Garden on November 15, 1984, Holyfield defeated Lionel Byarm in 6 rounds to begin his professional career as a light heavyweight. In Atlantic City, New Jersey, he defeated Eric Winbush via a 6-round decision on January 20, 1985. In Norfolk, Virginia, he defeated Fred Brown in the opening round on March 13. In Corpus Christi, Texas, he defeated Mark Rivera in 2 rounds on April 20. Evander Holyfield's cruiserweight career surged from 1985 to 1988. He began with wins over Tyrone Booz, Rick Myers, Jeff Meacham, and Anthony Davis in 1985. In 1986, he defeated Chisanda Moody, Jesse Shelby, and Terry Mims, culminating in a split-decision victory over Dwight Muhammad Qawi for the WBA cruiserweight title. He finished 1986 with a non-title KO of Mike Brothers. In 1987, he defended his title against Henry Tillman and unified the WBA and IBF titles by knocking out Ricky Parkey. He then retained his unified title against Ossie Ocasio and Qawi in a rematch. 1988 saw Holyfield become the undisputed cruiserweight champion by defeating Carlos de Leon. Early heavyweight success, 1988 to 1990 Holyfield moved to heavyweight, defeating James Tillis, Pinklon Thomas, Michael Dokes, Adilson Rodriguez, Alex Stewart, and Seamus McDonough, establishing himself as a top contender. Undisputed heavyweight champion, 1990 to 1992, he defeated Buster Douglas to become the undisputed heavyweight champion. He then defended his title against George Foreman and Burt Cooper. A planned fight with Mike Tyson was delayed due to Tyson's legal issues. Holyfield also defeated Larry Holmes. Evander Holyfield's rivalry with Riddick Bowe began with Bowe winning the undisputed heavyweight title in a 12-round unanimous decision, a fight marked by Bowe's superior size and power, with round 10 being named Round of the Year. Following this defeat, Holyfield secured a unanimous decision victory over Alex Stewart in a rematch. The highly unusual rematch with Bowe occurred on November 6, 1993, and was dramatically interrupted in the 7th round by the Fan Man incident, where a parachutist descended into the ring, causing chaos. Despite the disruption, Holyfield managed to win the rematch by a close 12-round majority decision, reclaiming his titles, and earning him ABC's Wide World of Sports Athlete of the Year for 1993. Evander Holyfield's career saw further dramatic turns after the Bowe rivalry. In April 1994, he faced Michael Moorer, losing by a majority decision and subsequently announcing his retirement due to a diagnosed heart condition. However, Holyfield later claimed a miraculous healing experience through preacher Benny Hinn, leading to his return to boxing after passing medical examinations. In 1995, he secured a victory over Ray Mercer. The trilogy with Riddick Bowe concluded with Bowe winning by an 8th-round knockout, a fight Holyfield later attributed to having contracted hepatitis. The Holyfield-Tyson rivalry became one of boxing's most notorious. In 1996, Holyfield defeated Bobby Chiz before facing Mike Tyson, who held the WBA heavyweight championship. 2 Despite being the underdog, Holyfield achieved a TKO victory in the 11th round. The 1997 rematch, the Bite Fight, is infamous for Tyson biting Holyfield's ears, leading to his disqualification. 3 Tyson claimed he retaliated against Holyfield's headbutts, while others suggested he sought a way out of a likely defeat. The incident sparked a chaotic scene and cemented the fight's place in boxing history. Following the Bowe trilogy, Holyfield's career featured several significant bouts and rivalries. He regained the IBF title by defeating Michael Moorer in a rematch. In 1998, he defended his titles against Vaughn Bean, with his performance raising concerns about his age. The Holyfield-Lewis rivalry saw a controversial draw in their first fight, followed by Lewis winning the rematch and unifying the heavyweight titles. Holyfield then engaged in a trilogy with John Ruiz, becoming the first 4-time heavyweight champion before losing the title to Ruiz. He also had fights against Hazem Rahman and Chris Bird, losing to Bird. A subsequent period saw Holyfield suffer consecutive losses to James Toney and Larry Donald, which led to the New York State Athletic Commission suspending his boxing license due to diminishing skills. Evander Holyfield's comeback saw him determined to prove his critics wrong, citing a shoulder injury for his previous losses. He secured consecutive victories against Jeremy Bates, Freeze Oquendo, Vinny Matalone, and Lou Savarese, setting up a title fight with Sultan Ibragimov, whom he lost to via unanimous decision. Subsequently, Holyfield faced Nikolai Valuev for the WBA heavyweight title, a fight ending in a highly controversial majority decision loss for Holyfield. He then won the WBF heavyweight title against Francois Botha via 8th-round knockout. Further bouts saw him fight Sherman Williams, which ended in a no contest, and then a victory against Brian Nielsen by 10th-round TKO. Holyfield displayed his determination to reclaim the heavyweight championship through these matches. Retirement. Holyfield made an effort to win a world heavyweight title following the Nielsen bout. At the time, Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko held all major titles. "The game's been good to me and I hope I've been good to the game," Holyfield said after Yahoo News announced his plan to retire in 2012, following almost a year of attempting to get this bout. "I will turn 50 on Friday, and I have essentially accomplished what I set out to do in boxing." However, Holyfield appeared to have a change of heart later that month, stating that he still saw himself as a serious contender. His career was in limbo for several months when he was unable to get a championship chance. However, Holyfield declared his ultimate retirement in June 2014, having not competed for more than 3 years. He presently advises heavyweight prospect Zhang Jilei in boxing. Evander Holyfield's later career included exhibition bouts. In 2015, he participated in a charity exhibition with Mitt Romney. In 2021, he was scheduled to face Kevin McBride, but the bout was cancelled. Later that year, he replaced Oscar de la Hoya in a Triller PPV event against Vitor Belfort. The California State Athletic Commission refused to sanction the bout, so it was moved to Florida, where Holyfield lost via first-round TKO. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Share with your family and friends. Stay blessed as always.